For example, I got the repair objective in this game. I did the first 2 repair points as fast as I could, and then I waited to do the 3rd one so that way I could farm some points and get some extra points for perks, or potentially trying to get jacks or anything such as that. Once you do complete the objective and you have the middle time between rounds, you need to run around the map and find the battery that goes to where the fish belong. There are 7 node locations, and I'll be showing them all on the screen right there. To get the battery, it does cost 3,000 points, so this is why point farming, especially during your objective wave, is really, really important for you, so that way you can get the battery and move it as fast as possible. But once you do find your battery location, pick it up, buy it if you have enough points, and move it there as fast as you can to the first fish's location. Now your objective is going to be filling the 2nd Pack-a-Punch battery and that first fish battery at the same time. The 2 batteries are adjacent to each other, so do your best to try to stay in the doorway and keep killing zombies on both sides. The Pack-a-Punch battery should fill up before the fish battery, so focus on it first. If you get into trouble, just activate your free fire and try to kill as many zombies close to the battery as you can. Once the fish gets enough souls, you'll hear the activation sound, and you then need to escort it to its 2nd location. Do not finish wave 4. You want to get the fish to the 2nd location, and then also find the battery and take the battery to it at the end of this round, just to make life a whole hell of a lot easier. Now, before you go to the next round, if you have points to spare, you can and probably should try to get jacks. They're not necessarily required for this map, but they make it so much easier to fill up the next 2 batteries and to do the last Pack-a-Punch battery as well. Now wave 5 is going to be very similar to what we did on wave 3. You first want to fill the 2nd fish's battery all the way up. Once you finish this battery, you then need to escort it, and it will end up going by where the stairs are to where you come from the top deck of the ship. You then need to find the other battery spawn and move it to this fish's location. Do not finish filling this battery until you get Pack-a-Punch weapons. As soon as you finish this 3rd battery, it teleports you directly into the final section of the Easter egg. If you do it without Pack-a-Punch weapons, you will cry. It won't be fun. So, wait until you get Pack-a-Punch finished until you finish filling up this battery. Now for wave 5, the best thing that you can do now is just try to get the rest of your perks and do your best to get jacks. If you've done all this, or if you're set to go ahead on the wave 6 and get the next objective done. There's nothing special you can do on wave 6, just don't die, do the best, be a champion, survive, and then wave 7 is when the next Easter egg steps actually start picking back up. Your next focus is the Pack-a-Punch machine and the last battery. The last battery is right next to the machine, and if you have jacks, this is really, really easy to get done. If you don't have jacks, just keep running around in circles, training the zombies through there, and slowly getting kills over time. But you don't want to overkill at this point in time either. As soon as you get Pack-a-Punch open, go ahead and get at least your 1911's Pack-a-Punch. If you get the extra points before you finish filling the fish battery, go ahead and get an assault rifle Pack-a-Punch as well, as it will be nice just to have a 2nd weapon, just in case. But once you have all your weapons good to go, everything's Pack-a-Punch, go back to that 3rd fish location and finish filling it up with silver. As soon as you finish filling it up, you'll be instantly teleported into the underwater section of the Easter egg. The underwater section has 4 different parts to it. The first section is a memory bit of Stroud, and then after he's done talking, a Wustling and zombies spawn in. All you have to do is kill the Wustling and kill all the zombies, and then you can progress onto the next island. The next island is in reference to the Darkest Shore, and once Stroud finishes talking, a Moishla will spawn in, and you have to kill him and all the zombies that subsequently spawn in after that. After you finish this 2nd island, you will always get a max ammo. So on the first 2 islands, don't necessarily worry about saving your ammo. On the 3rd island, it is in reference to the Shattered Throne. Stroud does his little spiel, and then I think Sizzlers are supposed to spawn in, but if you kill the zombies fast enough, then it's just an entire wave of regular zombies. Anyway, just kill all the zombies, kill all the things that spawn in, and then you can move to the last island. Now this last island is completely different than the first three, and it's probably the most fun part of this entire game. It's a fish memory game, and you get 3 rounds of it. You have to successfully complete 3 attempts of it, and after the 3rd attempt, you then get teleported back to the regular map. There's not much help I can give you in terms of tracking the buckets of the fish. Just best of luck and hopefully you have a good eye. The one thing I can tell you though is if you get a bucket wrong and you don't guess correctly, it doesn't reset you back and you have to do 3 in a row. All that happens is that a boss zombie, either a Moishla or a Lustling, will spawn in. And the more that you get wrong, the more zombies that will spawn in every time you fail. However, as I said, if you can get 3 attempts done successfully and find all the fish, you didn't get sent back to the regular map. On the table in front of you, you'll see the pommel and stuff. You pick up the pommel, then you get all the perks, and you also unlock a new weapon kit. Now, in my game, I have the sword because I've already completed the Easter egg in the public playlist, and that is a side Easter egg reward. In terms for the rest of the map, again, just like the first map, there's not much else to do after you beat the Easter egg.
Can't play me,
Just complete the Wave 9 objective, beat the Stockyarder on Wave 10, and then just survive to escape the map on the YouTube that is hanging off the side. Hopefully the Easter egg guides and stuff to our solo player were enough to help you get through this map and get to this point. So, hopefully that helps, but we have one more map we have to move on to, and that is Beneath the Ice. For our class loadout, I would use Free Fire with the Mark II, Long Lasting, and Lucky Crit mods. Bring in the 1911 and the Sticky Grenades. For consumables, I would bring in Insta-Kills and Uberloddens. And if you don't have those, Max Ammos and Nukes. Just as the previous 2 maps before this one, in the top right corner, I will have a wave checklist of things that you want to do per round so that way you stay on track. The first thing that you want to do is fill up the first Pack-a-Punch battery over by Schnellblitz. Go ahead and fill up the entire battery and then get down to 1 or 2 zombies. Now make your way to the middle of the map and you'll need a battery sitting against the wall. Melee it 3 times to completely destroy it, and then this activates the rune wall, which is at the top of the wall. Now comes the most unfun part of any of these Easter eggs in general. To do the solo Easter egg on this map the easiest, you need to brute force the first code into the wall. Ideally, in the way that it's designed, that you're not supposed to be able to get to this code until at least round 2. Thankfully, through a lot of work of people just finding a bunch of different codes and everything, VDAC compiled a list of all the possible different combinations in general. I'll be showing them on screen, and what I recommend doing is just pausing the video now, and whenever you're doing this yourself, just going in order and trying these codes out on the screen until you get the working code. One more note about how this wall works. Say you try brute forcing a 3-letter or a 3-word code into the wall. It doesn't work. So what you now have to do is input 5 more symbols so that way the wall resets itself so you can put in the next code. Once you do find a successful code and you put it into the wall will glow red. Almost ready to go to the next one.
Told you I was gonna kill you.
At this point, make sure that you at least have an SMG already bought off the wall and quick revive. If you're good to go ahead and kill off your zombies and let's go on to wave. Now an airdrop will drop down out of the hole.
Around that corner you had nothing.
You open it up and you'll be able to pick up the hilt outfit. Now as a side note, if you remember that box that pointed out at the end of the tutorial for the first map, that is the same box that is sitting on the back of the truck. However, pick up the hilt and go back to the middle of the map and place the hilt in the middle ritual thing. It will cause an earthquake to happen and a box will fall onto the spawn.